Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the brand new 2021 Disney Plus Pixar original film, Luca. This is an hour 40-something minutes long, but it is actually an hour and 24 minutes long. I've watched this twice. It just came out today. Today is the 18th of June, and the first time around, I was like, wait, this doesn't seem like an hour and 40-something minutes. And the second time around, I was like, okay, let me see when it says the end, right? The finale at the end. It was an hour and 24. And then the remainder is just credits. And then a very quick post-credit scene, which is pretty cute. But, like, you know how at the credits of WALL-E, they did, like, the animation of, like, the humans and the robots, like, recultivating Earth and like trying to get civilization back to Earth via like hand-drawn cartoons. They kind of did the same thing with like Luca and Julia going to school and Alberto and Massimo doing their own thing in Porto Rosso. So like it's not a real hour and 40-minute long movie, just so everyone knows. Okay, so this was supposed to come out in theaters. It did not because of the COVID-19 pandemic, which is slowly coming down in the States because of the vaccines, thankfully. But I'm really happy that the last two Pixar films, Soul and Luca, have just gone straight to Disney Plus. No premiere access. Don't have to pay extra for it. You just get up early in the morning and you watch it. So I've seen it twice. I have this day off. I'm very excited. I watched Bad Batch. I watched High School Musical, the musical, the series. And then I watched Luca twice. This is my Friday of cultivating the new Disney projects that have come out within Disney Plus. I'm so happy that Disney Plus exists. All right, now Luca takes place in the 1950s, 1960s Italian Riviera of Porto Rosso. This is the fishing village that it takes place in. Vespas are like a main centerfold of this. Genova is referenced. Now, Genova, the Italian Riviera, those particular cities of Italy is very north and west, so kind of closer to France, as in they're on the same coast. It's not the Mediterranean Sea. Mediterranean Sea is more south. It is, I don't know the sea name, but it's connected to the Mediterranean. It's the same water, but it's like a different name. It's about sea monsters and land monsters, basically. Who is the real monster? Who is the villain of this story? The ones that walk on land or the ones that swim in the ocean? In the sea. So Luca is from a mer family, if you will. They're a sea monster family, and they do their sea monster stuff. Luca himself is a herder of these fish that bat like sheep. Hysterical. Then they all have their own stories, and then Mac's mom from Always Sunny in Philadelphia plays his grandma in this. I almost lost my shit. It was hysterical listening to the voice, and I was like, wait, I know that voice. It's Mac's mom. So Luca is not allowed to go on land. So, of course, he goes on land. And when he goes to the surface, he goes into human form. He loses his scales, he loses his gills, he loses his tail, he loses the webbing in his hands and feet to swim. All of it's gone. So, once he gets on the surface, after he meets this other sea monster, sea creature friend, who's taking some, land dweller objects, phonograph, playing cards, stuff like that. They both go to the surface. This kid's name's Alberto. So Alberto is a year older than Luca. Alberto's 14. Luca is 13. So Alberto's been on land for quite some time. His dad abandoned him a while ago. He lives on an island in this abandoned fortress collecting human stuff. And Luca wants to experience land. He's tired of not understanding why he's not allowed to go on land when clearly Alberto's doing fine on land. So Luca and Alberto become friends. They become obsessed with Vespas. They need to get a Vespa. They make their own Vespa. Alberto names the conscience, everyone's conscience, Bruno. And he's like, when like there's that voice in your head and it's telling you don't do that and worry about this. All you got to do is just scream, Silenzio Bruno. And he names it Bruno. And then Luca's like, why is it called Bruno? And he's like, why does it matter what it's called? Just say Silenzio Bruno. And through the whole movie, they're screaming, gravity take me, when they fall off a cliff or something like that. And they're also screaming Silenzio Bruno. So I'm really happy to see kids and adults start to just scream out Silenzio Bruno when there's like too much noise in their head. And also like when they jump off a diving board or like cliff dive or something like that. They'll just say gravity take me. It's the funniest thing. It takes trust falls to a new meaning. That'd be cool at summer camps this summer. I really hope some summer camps do that for trust falls. That all they got to say is "Gravity, take me," and then just fall. That'd be so awesome. I want some stories. I want TikToks from it as well. Excellent. So Alberto and Bruno are trying to, excuse me, no, Alberto and Luca are now in this city, in this village called Porto Rosso, and they meet Julia, who lives in Porto Rosso just for the summer. Her mom lives in Genova. Her dad, Massimo, which is my favorite name in the entire world, Massimo, Massimo, Massimo. They live there. He's a fisherman. He only has one arm. He's pretty badass with a harpoon as well. But then there's the bully kid who like is antagonizing everyone, and everyone's like anti-sea monster, and there's a reward out for whoever captures a sea monster. But there's also the Porto Rosso Cup, which is a triathlon. You got to swim, you got to eat a whole plate of pasta, and you got to, ride your bike up a hill and down a hill, stuff like that. So the movie's about the kids training for this Porto Rosso Cup to get money to then buy a Vespa. That's the plot of this film. But in the course of this, it's Alberto and Luca becoming really good friends. Luca realizing he wants to stay on land, not go back to the sea. He wants to go to school with Julia, but he can't go to school with Julia in Genova because he is a fish person, not a land person. So touchy stuff. Luca and Alberto fight here and there, and then Alberto and Luca make up, and it's the cutest moments in this entire film was the two of them. The two of them in the beginning of the movie when they're both just standing on the shore watching the sunset, and they both have their arms around each other. Adorable. And then at the end when they say goodbye on the train because Luca's parents allow him to go to school with Julia, after talking to Massimo and Julia's mom. And Luca and Alberto saying goodbye to each other, and Luca get a teary-eyed, and then Alberto cheering him on, going, woo, as the train goes, and then that's when the hour 24-minute mark hits, and you see the finale at the end for finished or done for the end. So those are the cutest moments of the entire film, that just the two of them together. It had nothing to do about romance. It had nothing to do about questioning oneself. All it had to do was, it's a coming-of-age story. It's trying to figure out where you belong, who you can trust, who you can't trust, who likes you, who doesn't like you, who likes you for you, who doesn't like you for you, hence the antagonizing bully in his squad. But this was cool. This was really cool. Like, I honestly expected it to be a musical, but it wasn't, because it's a Pixar film. There's no Pixar musicals, which is fine. But I really liked it. It was a fun, adorable, gorgeous. The animation was gorgeous with the water and the shore, the sun, the clouds, just gorgeous. It's light. It's not too heavy. It's not too terrible. It's yes, we don't know what's up with Alberto's dad or where his mom is, but Luca has two parents and a grandmother, and Julia has two parents, one of which doesn't live in the city. But this is a Disney film not involving completely dead parents. Like, who would have thought? Who would have thought? I love the character design as well. Luca and Alberto as human and sea creatures. Awesome. Love the skin pigmentation difference between the two of them. Human and sea creature form. Like, this is the artist in me geeking out over little minute stuff. But like, love the character design. Loved the simplicity of the story. It's just like a nostalgic kind of film, even though I don't really have nostalgia because I didn't grow up in 1950s, Italian Riviera, but it still like gives that kind of like flow. It's just a calm, cool, relaxing kind of film about coming of age kids, 13 and 14 years old, trying to find where they belong. Awesome. Loved it. Go check it out. Mucho mahalo.